Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you are in, a warm welcome to the Trader's Zone. My name is Ray, and today I'm actually flying solo as Sabrina is out for the day. But I want to touch briefly on a topic that is frequently overlooked, especially by new traders, and that is trade psychology and why traders fail to make it to the level of success. One question is, are you waiting for that holy grail in trading? We ask ourselves, and what can I do today to change that result? So often, I come across traders who say, Ray, I need a strategy. I need to find that edge when it comes to trading. And, they're just not seeing it. Now, as a professional trader, and since trading since 2004, I have been in the corporate world, deal with small and medium entrepreneurs. I've seen them all, and I see a similarity between the psychology of trading and someone actually running a business in any sector at all. I deal with these people with different mindset in various industries. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before. By thinking differently, you will behave differently and get different results. Keep thinking differently and vary your behavior until you get that desired result. So what we're doing is, it's all in our mind. It's all about our mindset. If you keep trading as usual, your result will be the same. So today, I want you guys to be proactive, innovative, and create your own opportunity in trading by controlling your mindset. Create your desired result. We all know without an aim or a vision, we don't know where the hell we're going. It's like running around with a chicken, like a chicken without a head. So the question today is, why do so many people fail in forex? Statistically they say 95% of traders fail. Why is that? First, it's basically because of the lack of determination. Not being clear of why and how, this leads to an uncontrolled passion when it comes to forex. Start your day today with showing controlled passion in what you're doing, and think of why and how you're doing this. I have realized in my years of trading, I have realized that in my years of trading, if I did not have the passion for it and the drive and the determination, my ass would have quit a long time ago. I would have probably quit from maybe my first 6 months or maybe my first year of trading when I kept blowing accounts after accounts when I opened accounts with FXCM. You know, but I developed a love for the business and I decided to stick with it. And that's what's gonna happen with a lot of you guys. You're gonna become frustrated at some point, but by sticking with it, you're going to see the end result. Now, one of the main thing that causes us to fail in Forex is fear. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And for those who never heard that before, false evidence appearing real. And in Forex, we say, pardon my French, fuck everything and run. So, you know, we're driven by fear and we're driven by greed. Fear is the part of the human psyche that stops people from letting their profits run. It's basically when we get into a trade, and this is so tied into a lot of things. We get into a trade, and when we get into that trade, one, we lack the confidence. We lack we lack the confidence. That's first and foremost. And therefore, when the market starts going in profit, boom, you take off the trade off your chart because guess what? You fear of losing. So you're pretty much robbing yourself of your profits by cutting your profits. And the messed up thing is, I've seen traders who hang on to losses. A couple years ago, this guy came to me. He's from Canada, and he had an account with about $80,000 in it, and he wanted me to pretty much bring it back to break even with a margin of less than $500. He was in the red close to $80,000, 75,000, 78,000 thereabout, fluctuating back and forth. And the only margin I had to work with was around $500. Of course, I'm no magician, so I couldn't take that on. But people fail to cut their losses, and they quick to cut their profits, and I cannot understand the reason why. So, fear is the assumption that you're about to experience more pain than pleasure. When negative, more negative than positive, more loss than gain. Fear is an illusion, guys, that can fragment your full potential. You know, we're all humans and we're all driven by that fear and by that greed. But once we're able to control it, it gives us an edge. Believe me, it will give us an edge. All right, so understand who we are. Many people have taken the decision to become traders because of the promises of huge return. That's not a problem because we all get into this business to make money, to get rich, or to become richer. So that's not really a problem. There are some guys who are natural traders, others who may need more signs, a bit more time in able to actually profit in the forex market. I've trained hundreds of people. Some they catch it in the first few months. Others it takes them a little longer, and for others they quit. So it varies. And I will always say this: I can teach somebody everything I know from A to Z, and unless you apply it, it will never work. And I keep repeating that over and over and over again. You know, give you all the tools necessary, and you sit there and believe, oh, the the profit is going to come your way without you putting some work into it. You're in the wrong business, buddy. Because that is not going to happen. We have to work towards it. FN, NFL players, NBA players, they all work their ass off on the field, on the court, day in, day out. Why the hell should we be any different? You know, we are we are actually we're actually fortunate to be in a market where we can make money consistently, day after day, month after month, year after year. And guess what? At some point, that becomes free money. So if you actually invest $1,000 and you decide, listen, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to make this work. If it takes me a year, 2 years, 3 years, I'm going to make this work. When you recoup your first initial $1,000 and you now have 2,000 in your account and you take 1,000 out, your initial investment out, you are literally trading free freaking money. And that's the point you need to get to. Trading free money. Somebody lost is your gain. Now, when you lose, I'm gaining. So bear that in mind. And I'm not a very kind person when it comes to that. So I'm going to ensure I keep my profit on my side. So you guys have to do the same also. All right. So there's another thing we call wealth dynamic. Now, this system was basically introduced by the Chinese and brought to the West by some Chinese guy, obviously. So just like the Japanese candlestick pattern, it's pretty much been around for a while. Now, the bottom half of the chart describes people who are deal makers and traders. They have a natural sense of timing and are usually good at deals and timing the market. The top half of the chart focuses on people who are more mechanical and creative. They are usually described as guys who have their heads in the cloud. Their characteristics include a huge ability to create and be mechanical in their system. Now, these guys are not very good at timing. So, some people that we know who have some creative personalities are like Bill Gates from Microsoft, Steve Jobs of Apple. Sorry. They have a tendency to keep creating and would go bankrupt basically without guys like me who are more mechanic. So there has to be a balance. Now, Wealth Dynamic believes that you cannot be a trader if you're not on the bottom half of the chart. However, that's not the case. Um, that's not really the case because if that's not the case, if you're at the bottom of the chart, I'm a mechanic trader and I'm at the top, and I'm a trader. And I've seen guys who are on the bottom half and they are not successful. You know, They suffer from the same issue as everyone else. Most successful non-professional traders I know, one non-professional successful trader I know is a 22-year-old guy that I met a few years ago. Um, he's in London and he trades anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Sorry, pounds per month. He also trades for other people. So, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 7-digit account that he trades. So, guess what? He quit university because he's actually making more money and he loves doing it. Not to say for those who are here who are in college, don't give up your education, guys. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, you have some guys who are just born to do this despite despite which part on the chart they are. Some guys are just driven by that mean to succeed. And nothing on earth will ever deviate from that. Where's my chart? Okay, here we go. Click. All right, so little side note, whatever it is, wherever you are on that chart, do not doubt yourself. If you have a mechanic or lord profile such as mine, you can be just as successful as anyone else. Focus on following your strategy. Remember, human behavior is not random. Fibonacci retracement is based on numbers that appear in life and the cosmos, time and time again. For those who know about Fibonacci retracement, to kind of jump in the gun a bit, um, support and resistance levels are the same all the time, and you recognize this as you become a more experienced trader. So, don't give up whatever it is. It's going to be frustrating, believe me, I've been there. Every single emotion that any one of you guys can go through, I've felt it. Every loss, every market condition that you guys will experience, I've been through it. And I'm here tonight. So, for me, unfortunately, I learned the hard way. But I don't really mind learning the hard way. I learned the hard way, and then it's my knowledge and my experience that I'm bringing to you guys to kind of cut your learning curve in half. So, everything that I talk about, it's something that I've been through. It's something that I've experienced. So I know what you guys are going through. For those who want to give up, for those who say I'm ready to quit, for those who say, man, I'm not getting the success from JP Traders, so I'm jumping the ship, and they move to somebody else. It's the same process. They're just starting over. They're caught in that loop. And that's not the way to succeed. Succeed is basically taking responsibility. Take responsibility of your own actions. Success builds confidence, which builds more success. Blaming the market for your failure will not help you improve. You will unfortunately learn more from your losses than your wins. Should have, would have, could have doesn't exist in Forex trading. You know, if you're frequently using the words, then you're more likely not making money. The quote do or do not, there is no try. And this is very relevant because I use it for reference because it's either you did it or you didn't do it. There's no middle. There's no shades of gray when it comes to trading. It's either you made a trade or you did make the trade. I've spoken to traders who say, "Man, I should have taken a trade, and had I known it was gonna rally 100 pips, I could have stayed in." Yeah, woulda, coulda, shouldn't. It's not gonna make you money. So it's either you do or you don't. You know, it's as simple as that. And take responsibility of your own actions. Don't blame anyone else for your failures. Learn from your failures. Learn from your mistakes. Make it a lesson. Make that your lesson. You don't look at it as a negative. Take that and turn it into a positive. You cannot control the market no matter what. And I've always said this, the market will do whatever it wants to do whenever it feels like doing it. Don't try and predict what you see and what you think will happen. You know, Again, when I'm doing my one on one mentoring and I say, okay, what do you see in the market? Well, I think it's going to do this and I think it's going to go sideways. Take the word think out of the equation. The word think does not work in Forex. Look at what the market is doing and believe what it is saying to you. I expect it to do this based off that. I expect it to do that because it did this in the past. Because it hit a level of resistance, it's likely to go X or likely to do X. Stop with the thinking, because when you use the word think, you're literally putting doubt in your mind immediately without even realizing. You can only control you. But make no mistake, your confidence will be tested and you'll be learning every single day. Read John DeMartini's work if you haven't. He talks a lot about seeing the positive in every negative situation. And that's what I do. That's what you know. I'm not in the psychology field, but because of trading forex, I had to get my mind there and look at the market in a different perspective. I couldn't take everything as being cloudy or being dark. I had to take the darkness and try to find light if I wanted to succeed in this business. This encourages balance and ultimately leads you to success. So, write down your failures and look at each lesson as it is, as there is always one, as there always is at least one. In time, you will realize that, you'll not see failure, but you'll actually see a lesson out of it. And that's how we look at forex. It's very psychological. It's not all about trading, and it's not all about the strategy. It's not all about looking or identifying the patterns or the candlesticks. It's a lot to do with the mind. And another thing that traders fail to do when it comes to being successful is finding consistency. Many traders are looking for what I call the holy grail. This is in search for that perfect strategy. Now, in your trading career, especially say the first 6 months, you will go up, you will go down pretty much like a yo-yo. You'll have, you'll have some great weeks, and you're gonna be thinking, man, finally I'm there. Then boom, everything starts going wrong. Every athlete goes through this period similar to this. But it's clear that the best athletes are the ones that can do whatever they do consistently well. You know, they will be less prone to error because, in my own opinion, they maintain a higher level, but a consistent level more than others. So when you see you're doing something and you're making a profit and it's going good, be consistent with it. The minute you deviate from that and believe, okay, I'm gonna try and, make more money. I'm gonna see how best I can make more money, or I'm gonna find another strategy that can make me more money. Boom, you're actually starting over from the beginning. So when we're trading and we see some level of consistency, and of course we're going to have our charts, or we're going to have our journal, or our trading plan to look back at to say, okay, this is what I was doing in the past, so I need to get back there. And this is why having a trading plan is also so important, because it keeps us on track. Very often or very easily we can get derailed. So by having a plan of action, by knowing where you're going in forex, your plan will keep you there. Because as I said, we're humans, and sometimes we're going to get distracted. We can have woman issues, man issues, money issues, whatever the case might be. We might get derailed some way, somehow. But as long as we have a written plan of action that we can actually physically go back and look at, we can get back on track easily. So we are looking for consistency in the market and in your trading abilities. Learn as much as you can about a strategy that you use and its indicators. If you're using pivot points, find out as much you can about them. If you're using Fibonacci retracement, find out about Fibonacci retracement. You know, there are subtleties that you cannot understand until you learn or gain experience. So, it's all about sticking to your plan of action. They say, and there's a saying, and I've heard JP say this, I think, in one of his webinars or a few of his webinars. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You know, it's not difficult becoming a trader. It does take work. It's not rocket science, but it does require work. It does require being committed to the business. And with that, we can see some level of success. You know, that's it. We should never stop learning, guys. It's as I said, I'm living proof. And if you should hear my entire story, you'll be like, damn. And I think I have my story on baby. I think I have it on baby pips in a forum somewhere. One of these days I'll look it up and give you guys a link. But I've pretty much I've had it where you know it was difficult in actual trading, and when my back was against the wall and there was nothing else, trading saved my life. And I decided this is what I had to do. And who were to know that 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, I'd still be trading, I'd be living from it, I'd be living good from it, and actually empowering other people in the heart of forex trading. So stick with it. Believe me, it's worth it. And for those who, you're not seeing the success in a week or in a month or 2 months. Come on, that's too early. We're not giving ourselves time to process the information. Forex is not overnight. Trading is not overnight. Success, riches is certainly not overnight. You know, Bill Gates did not become rich overnight. Steve Jobs didn't become wealthy overnight. These guys worked their ass off, sleepless nights, night and day, over and over again until they achieved the level of success they now have, or they have achieved. So in Forex, it's all about being consistent, being persistent, um, and one thing most importantly, having a special passion and love for this business. I have not yet come across a person who is successful and does not have a dire passion for this business. If you come in just in because you want to make some quick buck, this is not for you. If you're coming in and thinking, okay, I can drop $1,000 and make $10,000 in 2 months or in a year, this is not for you. If you think that this investment vehicle, is something that can give you a path to riches in the long term, then this is definitely for you.